how to ask for a raise in 4 simple steps. I am Natalie and we're going to get started. What you'll learn in this video: how to ask for a raise or negotiate a higher salary, and how to overcome the objections that you're going to hear when you ask for the raise. So stay tuned. So first of all, how do you approach the topic? So you'll be in one of two situations. You'll have been at the company for a while and you feel like it's time to ask for more, or you are negotiating a new job offer and they haven't offered you enough. So in either one of these situations, there are 4 basic principles that will really help you become confident and proficient when handling these conversations. So before we get into that, some of the objections that you might hear, we're going to cover right now. And actually asking for it is the easy part. It's the conversation that happens after that trips most people up. So one of the easiest ones is for them to say that they want to talk about it later, or they don't have time right now. That most commonly happens when you are an employee at a company and you're asking for a raise. They often just want to put it off and not talk about it because that's the easiest thing for them to do. Or they'll say that they don't have the budget and that they can't do anything about that. So the third one here, this is one that I was told when I was working at a company, and my manager said to me, "You're lucky to get what you get. Try going somewhere else and you won't be paid this much." So I had a manager actually say that to me, and it really bugs me because this is a belief, total belief. So I went out and got another job that paid me more, no problem. So what she said was actual complete BS, belief systems. So what they say isn't always true. You have to stay on your own message. So what can you do when you're faced with one of these objections that doesn't include folding like a cheap suit, which is what most people do because they're not prepared? So we're going to talk about that today. So step 1, and the most crucial thing of all, is to have your research done before you enter the discussion. Before you even go in, before you even talk to anybody about a raise or negotiate a salary, you want to do your research. And that includes going on payscale.com or salary.com or glassdoor.com, and you can compare salaries for your specific role. So that you'll be given a range, you'll be able to see, and then you'll be able to place yourself on that range. So at the very least, you're going to make sure that you're paid fairly. And the best way to do the research is to actually go out and speak to people. So talk to people in the field, interview people that are doing the same job that you are, and find out about how much money they're making. And this I talk about in my course, and it's strategically how to network, and then you can get that information from people. So step 2 is use reliable resources to gather your data so you feel confident about what you're bringing to the table. So this is super important because if they question you on your data, you want to be able to back it up. So you want to be able to cite sources that are reliable. And if you know of other people working at other companies that are making a certain amount of money, that is the best resource to have. And you don't have to name names or name companies. You can just be certain that you know that someone else at certain other company is making X amount of dollars, and you deserve at least that because it's the same role, it's comparable. So that's the best way to do it, but online research definitely counts, and it's definitely a source that you can bring to the table and use in your negotiations. So step 3, stay on message. So this is where people will try to throw you off. They'll try to distract you. They'll try to change the subject. And like a politician, you got to stay on message. So if they say to you, oh, well, we really don't have the budget for that, then a good response would be to say, I really understand that, and I do get it. However, the position that you're hiring for and the experience that I bring warrants this amount of money. And then you can go into your research and talk about the range and say why. So you want to understand what they're saying and then just proceed, because you can't just say, okay, yeah, I understand, and then that's it. And that's what most people do because they're not prepared. So step number 4, knowing your worth. So when you know your worth, you go in there with confidence. You know that you can do a job, you know you can do a good job, and you could probably do a better job than anyone else they've seen. So when that happens, you need to stay on message when you get into the conversation, and they will sense that you're confident or not. So if you go in there and you're all shy and sheepish and you go, yeah, I don't really think that's enough money, like I would prefer, 10,000 more than that, then you're done, because they can sense that. So when you're confident and you speak eloquently and you say, well, for the role that you're hiring, this is the range from my research that I can tell is worth the market is paying right now, and I'm not able to accept anything less than this at this moment. Is this something you'd be able to work with? So that answer compared to the previous answer, and also has a lot to do with your tone and everything, has a huge impact on whether or not you're going to be successful in the discussion. Wow, that was a lot. Okay, and there you have it. Research before you go in. Key distinction between people who don't research and people who research. People who research have data. They have facts to back things up. You can argue with people's feelings, but you cannot argue with facts. Make sure you're confident about your research and confident about your data, so you know for sure and you've checked multiple sources. Stay on message. Don't let them distract you. You know what you want to say. Don't lose sight of your worth. They can smell your fear. It's like a shark in the water. Don't let them smell it. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Join me over at nataliefisher.ca. Keep in touch for exclusive email updates. And if you did enjoy the training today, click below to download the free step-by-step guide to networking. In it, you'll find information on how to get started with interviews through the power of personal connection and completely bypass the black hole. You'll never have to apply through the black hole again. You'll also learn how to reach out over email and LinkedIn with word-for-word scripts to people who can further your career, how to turn a one-time coffee meeting into a long-term contact, and how to start building a powerful network over time so that you can be unstoppable in your career overall. And remember, people who have strong networks never have trouble finding a job. So click the link below, grab that guide right now. You'll get intro script examples, follow-up script examples, warm and cold contacts, how to reach out to them, and a little bonus in there for you. And once again, if you're interested in learning more, come over to nataliefisher.ca, visit my blog. I've got a bunch more cool articles on things that can help you out no matter where you are in your job search. I look forward to seeing you over there. Thank you so much.